All right. Hey there, guys. I'm Jesse Crow, the traveling scientist. Thanks so much for joining me here live. I am in quarantine. It's not because I'm sick, but it's because I'm actually back in Australia. And I know it's been nearly 3 years now, and I've just come on this huge adventure, and I'm finally home. So I'm here live now, Instagram on my phone and YouTube on my computer. So I'm doing two at once. I don't really know how this works, so bear with me if it seems a little weird. If anything goes wrong, I apologize. I see I'm getting a couple comments there. Hey guys, how are we doing? Back in Australia. Nice to hear from y'all. Anyway, today I'm live. I'm going to be going live every day for the next 2 weeks while I'm here trapped in quarantine. I'm going to be going live, telling some awesome stories, answering some questions every day at the same time. So it's 11 a.m. West Australian time, 1 p.m. East Australian time, and 8 p.m. I believe if you're over in Canada, BC, West Coast of America, that area. So I'm going to be going live every day for the next 2 weeks. Please come and join and hear some stories, have a chat. And today I'm going to be telling the story of how the hell I got here to Perth, Australia. It's a beautiful view out the window I keep looking at. Sorry, check it out. So this is that's what I can see from my hotel room. Swan River out there, it's kind of nice. But today I'm going to tell you how exactly I got here, because it's a bit of an adventure, a bit of a mission. It's really hard to leave Canada and get to Australia or travel internationally anywhere right now. The airports are ridiculous. Everyone's really strict, especially getting into Australia. So let me tell you the story. Basically, I've been in America and Canada for almost 3 years now. Been over there for so long, and I was really enjoying it. But my visa expired. My 2-year work visa in Canada expired August last year. So in July, I applied for an extension, another 6 months. And then they just didn't respond forever. It took so long. Finally, in February this year, they responded and said, yes, you can stay for all the time that you just stayed. Plus, we'll give you a couple extra weeks. So basically, oh no, my flag. That's disappointing. Oh well. They said in mid-Feb that I could stay till early March. And then I had to leave. And then early March just kind of came and went and nothing happened. And I was kind of like, I should probably get out of here. So I sent an email to a travel agent, and I just want to give a little shout out to my friend Nat. Thanks for hooking me up with this travel agent. And also Jason, my travel agent. Thanks so much for getting me home. I emailed you guys and basically organized a flight for mid-April, which was going to cost, and it ended up costing me, I'll be totally transparent, cost $2,500 to fly from Vancouver to Australia. $2,500, that's not too bad. Normally it should be a bit over $1,000, but flights right now are insane. $3,000, $4,000. You know, some people are paying $10,000 for flights. So $2.5 was not too bad. But then one day I was out snowboarding and I got, no, Mum, you can't be in my live video. Such an odd request. I just want to say hi to Brazil because I'm checking out my messages online and it looks like someone wants me to say hi to Brazil. Hey, Enrique. Got to finish this story. Right. So I was snowboarding and I get this phone call from Jason. Jason's like, g'day, Jesse. Air New Zealand, in all their wisdom, have cancelled your flight. And I was like, no, I just want to go home. So they canceled my flight, and there was some options, some alternative options. And I want to tell you those options, but first we're going to have a brief intermission because I wanted to do this for so long. While we're here live, I'm going to do a handstand just to prove that I'm really here right now. I'm live. I'm just going to do a little handstand. So if you can see, all right, here we go. This could be terrible. I might destroy the computer. Hang on, let me put this back up. It's not going to stay. Stay. Okay. Right. 3, 2, 1. It's not much of a handstand, but thought instead of like having an ad break, I would just have a little story break, and wanted to mix it up, get it a bit exciting. Maybe I'll bring in some interactive live games, but that can be later on. Like I said, I'm going to be going live every day for the next 2 weeks while I'm in quarantine at the same time. Hello, Kevin Rodriguez on YouTube. Thanks for watching, buddy. Anyway, guys, let me finish telling you this story. They canceled my flight. And the options were I could fly 1 week earlier, which I was kind of rushing it. This is late March. They're telling me I can fly early April, or I can get a full refund. But there might not be any more flights for a long time, and probably won't get a very good deal. And I was kind of a bit worried about that. So I was like, fine, put me on the earlier flight. I'll fly home a week earlier. I was a little pissed off because I was going to miss out on the last week of snowboarding. I was going to miss out on the last week of work, which was some good money. And also, he's like, also that new flight they want to put you on doesn't fly to your home city. It actually flies to Perth. And if you know what Australia looks like, Melbourne, where I'm from, and Sydney, where they were going to fly me, pretty close together over on the East Coast. Perth is way over on the West Coast. So they're like, yeah, we're flying you to the opposite side of the country. Cheers. Awesome. I was like, fine, just put me on the flight. I'll find my way home, whatever. No big deal. But I was pretty upset that they moved a week ahead. I was going to miss out on snowboarding and work. And then all of a sudden, there was an announcement in BC that all restaurants without patios had to close. So I lost my job. And then later that day, the local ski hill closed down a week early. So I couldn't snowboard anymore. All of a sudden, going home a week early didn't seem so bad. So I was pretty excited. I had to rush to get everything cleaned up and say my goodbyes and had a few drinks, and then ended up catching a bus to Vancouver, which was probably the worst bus ride of my life. 7 hours of wearing a mask and just feeling nauseous. But that's okay, because I made it to Vancouver. I got a COVID test, which was super uncomfortable. I'm not sure if you had that done before, but they just take something and they just do that. I think some people, it goes right up the back of your nose, but this test that they did in Vancouver was just like, it's like a feather just tickling the inside of your nose. It was killer. Anyway, got that done. And then I got this Airbnb in Vancouver, which was like a private room in a house. And I swear there was people in like every room of that house, but the whole time that I stayed there for 3 nights, I didn't see a single other person, which was bizarre. Anyway, I'm staying in Vancouver, and it was awesome. I got to hang out with my buddy, Laura Wishart. Thanks so much for showing me around. Shout out to Laura. We had some beers. We went and got my last poutine in Canada, which was really nice. And then what did I do then? I was catching my flight Tuesday morning, 6th of April. And I still hadn't received my COVID test results back. And I was freaking out. If I don't have those test results, I can't get on the flight, right? And they're supposed to email me. And I called them and I was like, I haven't got my results. And they're like, they'll come. Don't worry, they'll come. And I was like, what do you mean? I need to know. Finally, after like 47 hours, like just before going to the airport, I had like this, of course. It was in the junk folder. It was in my email junk folder. The results were there. They'd been there for like 24 hours. Of course, I was negative, and I got that printed out. Got an Uber to the airport. I got there like 4 hours early because I was freaked out that something would go wrong. Nothing went wrong, and I just sat there at the airport for 3.5 hours waiting. But I got a flight, Vancouver to LA, and then there was a 6-hour layover in LA, and that was pretty boring. But that's where I made some friends. A few other Aussie travelers who are also traveling from Vancouver to Perth, and I knew we'd all been tested. We're all negative, so I met a few legends. So shout out to Alex and Jaden and Cody and Randall. You guys are awesome, and they're also staying here at the Pan Pacific Hotel in Perth. Hope you guys are watching, because I don't know what else you're going to be doing right now. Anyway, flew from LA to Auckland, which was a 13-hour flight, and I got my own row. I was so excited. I've never had my own row. Hi, Nat. Hi, Megan. Hi, everyone else that's watching. TJ, legends. Thanks, guys. Sorry, I'll finish this story and then I'll shut up. Basically, got my own row. Super excited. I've never had that before. I got to go to sleep. I've never slept on a flight before, but if you can lie down over 3 seats, I actually got a few hours of sleep, and it was wicked. So that was a really good flight. landed, had a few more hours stopover in Auckland. There was this coffee machine there that sold like instant coffee and hot chocolate and chicken soup. Why would those things be coming out of the same machine? I couldn't. It freaked me out. I really wanted a coffee, but I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. Also, I didn't have any New Zealand dollars, so I couldn't have even if I wanted to. Anyway, we finally flew from Auckland to Perth, and I just waved hi to Melbourne as we flew over the top of it. Hopefully I'll get back to Melbourne in a couple weeks' time. But 7 hours from Auckland to Perth, and that flight had like... Thanks, Kevin. Thanks, Mason, for watching. Thanks, Kevin, for telling me that I'm not boring. I hope I'm not boring. But if I am, you don't have to watch. Get lost. Anyway, keep getting sidetracked. Finally, the 7-hour flight, it was a huge plane. There was probably like 500 seats on it and maybe 20 people, 20, 30 people. So we got a really personalized service, probably the tastiest curry that I've ever had. So it was really nice. And then we landed in Perth. And they chucked me on a bus and brought me here to the Pan Pacific Hotel in Perth. So I'm staying here for the next 2 weeks, locked in this little room. I might give you a tour of the room another day, not today. I don't want to bore you too much. But I'll give you guys a tour, show you around. Basically, there's a bed, there's a window. That's about it. Trapped here for the next 2 weeks. So that's my story. That's how I got from Revelstoke in Canada back to Perth, Australia. It's nice to be back home in Australia. It's been a hell of an adventure, and now I'm super bored here. So I'm going to be going live every day for the next 2 weeks at this time, 11 a.m. Western Australia, 1 p.m. East Australia, 8 p.m. if you're on the west coast of USA and Canada. That's what I'm going to be doing. And please send me a message. Give me some feedback if you think that this live video was interesting or funny or boring, because I'm going to keep doing it every day for the next 2 weeks. So tell me what you guys want, and I'll try and make it more exciting, interesting, and interactive. I'm going to be going live because I'm in quarantine. I've got nothing better to do. Feel free to call me, contact me, email me, anything, because I'm super bored. I'm very available. And that's it. That's me live from here in Australia. Tomorrow, if I don't get any feedback, I'm just going to tell another story, and it's going to be about how my adventure started, why I ended up traveling from Australia to America and Canada, and how my trip really began. So that's tomorrow's story. It's going to be super exciting. Please check back, and thanks so much for watching today, guys. Thanks for watching me live. We do it every day for the next 2 weeks. Contact me anytime. And today, just enjoy yourselves. You know, enjoy the outside world if you can access it, and give someone a hug. For me, please give somebody a hug. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I'll see you tomorrow, same time.